it's Desiree, and I am here with Rubber Stamp Tapestry. We are going to have some fun with some afternoon glory. It's just 3 peg stamps, and remember, it's got that registry line on the peg so that you know how that image will look as long as that line is facing you onto your cardstock. So I have a panel here cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to use a piece of Post-it tape. Now you can use whatever you want. So if you want to use a piece of cardstock straight across, tape it on each side, you can do that as well. But I want to keep that area clean. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp above it and below it. And I'm going to create like this oval shape somewhat. But just to have, you know, that image, you know, sometimes we see those stamps where there's a break in the center of it. And then there's an image on the top and the bottom, and we can put our sentiment in the center. And that's what I'm kind of doing here. That's the beauty of our peg stamps. So they're designed in such a way that there's so much you can do with them. You can create a background panel. So you can create your own pattern paper using stamps. These can be a focal point just on the way on how you stamp these images. You can use them with die cuts. So these peg stamps, while they're small, usually in nature and the size, they have such an impact. You don't have to think when you stamp. If you're going over the images that you have, that's fine. You always start with the largest image and then you work your way down. So in this case, I started with the flowers, put down all the colors that I wanted, and now I'm coming in with the greens. It looks like this beautiful vine has just exploded with all of these beautiful florals. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of accent with some smaller floral buds in a brown, just to you know, have that break or that look going on there. And you can see when I pull away that tape, you've got this beautiful opening. I'm going to use a die set from Simon Says Stamp, and it simply says, thank you. Now, you can also use some other cardstock. You could put some cardstock within that strip. I just really liked that opening. So when you die cut, this had a cloud. I call it a cloud. So I did that in white as well. So it's going to look like you've got this strip and then the strip's opening up so that the thank you can come across that as well. So just a different look. You could add strips of shimmer cardstock or mirror cardstock or solid color cardstock. Again, so many ideas that you can do when it comes to these. That's why I enjoy them so much. Because of all the different things that you can do with them. I layered up the thank you and also the cloud part 3 times, again, just to have that dimension. And I will set that in the center of that strip. After I set that in the center there, I'm going to be adding some satin sequins to this, and they are by Trinity Stamps. It is their silver or satin silver pearls. I really like the way that they look, just to add that. I'm going to mat this onto a dark blue piece of cardstock, cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's going to sit on top of my standard A2 size card base. This will be a top folding card. And with all the dimension that I have for this sentiment, I know you're surprised, but I'm not going to put it on double-sided foam tape. We're just going to add a few of the pearl gems, or just pearls. They're not pearls. Well, no, pearls are gems. Yeah, well, we can just say it anyway. And just going to use the different sizes all throughout this image. So, put together in no time, but it's got a great impact. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's project with Rubber Stamp Tapestry. And again, we featured the Afternoon Glory Peg Stamp Set. As always, I'll have the products that I used linked below in the video description. And if you have a question, leave that down below as well, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and by all means, make sure you hit the bell, because hopefully you'll be notified when the next video is live. But most of you know I do post regularly here, hoping to give you as many ideas as possible and a few tips and tricks along the way so that you can enjoy creating your art and your crafty space. But remember what's most important to me, and it always will be. Always be creative, guys. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.